Hello everyone, and welcome to the amazing month that is October. We all know that every October or so there is a thing that artists must constantly go through, and it's called Inktober. But it's annoying as hell. So a lot of artists last year decided to do this cool thing called Cringetober. And I missed it. I completely missed it, and I was really mad at myself. But luckily, Cringetober 2 has come along, Cringetober for 2024. So I've decided I will do it this year. Ignore the fact that I will 100% skip one of the prompts. But I will do it this year and I will have fun. So, yeah, every week or so I'll be releasing a new video for the month of October just about what I've done for Cringetober this week. And let's get on to the first one, which is screenshot redraw. Yes, I'm doing a Family Guy screenshot because I'm stupid and I don't have an original joke. But yeah, the reason why I mainly decided to do this was because, one, I didn't really know any of the shows which had good screenshots I could use and redraw as one of my characters. But also I just thought this one would be funny. So for context, the character I'm specifically drawing in this is my OC Ramiro. And one of my main inspirations for making his character was Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. I think that should tell you what this guy is like. But yeah, and I decided, let's just do Glenn Quagmire, but Ramiro. I love Ramiro very much in a very love-hate relationship. If you've seen that one TikTok I've made with him, and you will know. If I ever saw this man in real life, I would pepper spray him so much. I do not trust this man, and you should not trust this man. So essentially, to describe Ramiro, take Andrew Tate, but give him enough money that he makes a sex business, and then you just get this guy basically, and he one of the in my opinion funniest things that happened in this story is that he just gets his dead sister's head delivered to him in a box because he may have flirted with his boss a little too many times, and his boss might have been a bit of a murderer. We don't know. So yeah, before you say a Tracy arm, I cannot draw muscles, let me live. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this one. I was really excited to do this one. Very excited to do Cringetober. And I will say I'm not super proud of just drawing. I mean, it's very simple, and to be fair, it was one I kind of just made on a whim. I was just like, oh, okay, screenshot redraw, that won't be too hard. I guess I could just do this. That's what it was more like. For others, I have very big ideas, and I'm planning to do more fully rendered stuff, I guess. Kind of more like the image you saw at the beginning of the video. But yeah, I really like this. It's not too bad. It definitely feels more like a drawing I would make in my own time. Especially since I don't really draw digitally that much. I'm much more of a traditional artist. But I've decided to do digital for Cringetober because, it's just easier, and it's a lot easier if I want to make videos. So, yeah. And I ended up doing some really simple shading on this, just some simple cell shading, whatever it's called. Just because, I couldn't really be asked to do much more, and it's not like I really could have done much with it anyway. But I knew everyone else was going to do that one Barbie thing with their OCs, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do Family Guy, because Family Guy is funny, and for some reason I'm going to fixate on Family Guy. Before you ask, I am not drawing a Family Guy for adult cartoon. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm doing something way different than Family Guy, okay? But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was a nice little way to draw this guy, because I have not drawn him in a while. Probably for the best reasons, but, I'd say this is a good start to Cringetober and a good start to the month of October. I'll see you all tomorrow when we do prompt 2, which I don't remember what it is on my mind right now. Alright, day 2, prompt 2, Tsundere. Yeah, this one was interesting. So let me explain who I'm drawing. There's this show, anime I really like, and it's called Disastrous Life of Psyche K. If you know me, you would know the only kind of animes I watch are comedy ones, or JoJo. But JoJo's kind of a comedy, let's be so real, guys. But yeah, this character, I don't know if he has a name. I don't know what his name is. They never said it in the show. And, to be fair, I haven't finished it yet. But, I doubt they actually say his name, and I don't think I've actually seen his actual name anywhere. But to explain, this is the main character's Psyche's granddad. And I am not a weirdo for drawing him for this prompt, okay? They straight up say he is a tsundere. Well, most specifically, Psyche says he is. But yeah, and I gotta be so real, I hate this guy. You might be wondering, oh, who is he a tsundere for? Oh, it's his wife. That's gonna be cute and wholesome notes for his grandsons. It's for his grandsons! But yeah, if he wasn't, I'd probably find him hot. If it wasn't for this character, I probably would have just drawn Manfred von Karma from Ace Attorney. Listen, can we just let the old men be tsunderes? Can we just allow that, chat? Oh wait, I should actually probably explain what a tsundere is. Okay, so to explain this trope, it's a trope very popular in Japanese media, and it's essentially when it's like that character's like, oh, what do you mean I like you? No, I don't. Back. But yeah, it's basically that trope where it's like, I don't like you. What do you mean? But like they actually are like secretly super in love with them. It's like that trope. And I really like that trope. A very like popular example of it is Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club, which guys, I love Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Literature Club is so good. Oh my god, I miss it. It's so popular. But yeah, can I just I'm just gonna yap about Psyche. Psyche K, it's a really good anime. You guys should actually watch it. Even if you don't watch anime, you should just still watch it, because it's a funny show. It makes fun of, like, a bunch of tropes in anime, but also in other media. And it makes references without, like, in, like, a non-copyrighty way. So it's just really funny. And it's just a good show. Like, the animation is good. Like, it's not like the case of, like, Way of the House Husband, which is another comedy anime I really like. It's not like the case of that when it's, like, the animation, it's fine. But, it's not really animation. It's more like kind of mouths moving on top of solid images. But Psyche K's animation is so good, considering how stupid of an anime it is. And, like, I don't even think this finished it. Like, the first season is fully dubbed. The second one isn't dubbed. And they're, like, another show, but, like, they only made, like, 2 episodes for it, I think. So, that was great. Good job, you guys. But, yeah, it's on Netflix if you want to watch it, and, like, it's just good. Just watch Psyche K. Just watch Psyche K, you guys. I bet you're gonna have a favorite character. Personally, my favorite character is Psyche's dad, which, by the way, this old geriatric motherfucker, he hates Psyche's dad, so therefore I hate him. And also he likes his grandsons, which is also kind of weird, because, like, his grandsons are minor, but let's just ignore that. Also, like, the whole incest thing, that's so yeah. I really enjoyed doing this one. It was just funny, because this is the first time I've ever drawn this motherfucker. That's why I needed the reference, and I was struggling to find a reference, by the way. I was so struggling to find a reference. Because for some reason, all the images of him on Google are, like, to the neck. None of them are, like, a bust shot, so that's why I need the specific crusty-looking image. But yeah, I like how I drew him here. Considering this is the first time I've drawn him, I don't say it's that bad. Is that mainly because I've drawn other old men? Yes. And is that old men usually Manfred von Karma from Ace Attorney? Yes. Yeah, I love this guy. I love this old man. If we ignore, all those things, he's fine. He's fine. I think he's a funny character. Like, I think the concept is funny. And, like, he's just genuinely hates some people. And I love that for him. Just let people hate people for literally no reason. I mean, I don't like him. But, like, I do at the same time. You know what I mean? I love to hate him, but I also like him. And I really like how this drawing came out. It's nice, it's silly, it really gives off the tsundere vibe, I think. But yeah, and it's also funny because this is an old man. But yeah, can't wait for day 3. Alright, day 3, oversized prop. You might notice that the footage for this one is it's a bit different. The reason is, I lost the footage. So, yeah. But, luckily, Ibis Paint has a speed paint feature in it, but, like, it's not as good as the one I was doing for the rest of this video. But, hopefully, this mistake won't happen again. So, as you can see, I already did the sketch previously, because I wanted to do some perspective. Because perspective is scary. But, sometimes you just gotta step out your comfort zone. And, like, I think Cringetober and any other, like, prompt list is a time for you to experiment. It's time for you to get out of your little comfort zone. And I think messing around perspective is a good way to do that, especially when you're, like, not really as comfortable with doing it like I am. But I still did it, and therefore, if you're scared of doing something, just go ahead and do it. Trust me. Unless it's, like, petting a tiger, then maybe don't do that. But yeah, as you can see, this is a Steven Universe character, specifically one of my friend's gemstones, specifically my daughter's gemstone, I may specify. I have one as well, which is a purple zircon, and then Yumino has one, which is a ruby. And then Ava has one, which is a pink tourmaline. And I decided that her weapon would be Big Boy Hammer. So, yeah, you can't really see how big the hammer is in this, but it is, like, big. I didn't really do the perspective as well. I didn't really make the hammer as big as it should be. But, yeah, messing around perspective is hard, okay? It's hard. Let me live. So, yeah, I did the sketch while I was in school. And then I drew over it with the character. And I thought it looked good with the box, so I was like, just add the box. So, yeah, I'm not really, I love Steven Universe, but, like, at the same time, I don't really know much about it anymore. But, this one was pretty simple. I wasn't super excited for this one, but, yeah, let's go day 4, which is Furry. Meow meow, you get it? Because it's day 4, which is Furry/Fursona. You'll notice there's a lot of pauses in this one because I was trying to watch some videos while doing it. So I decided for this one to do my D&D character. My first D&D character that I've actually played. Because I've made D&D characters in the past, just never played them. But this one I have played twice at this point. So to explain, they're a Tabaxi bard, and the name is Rox. And they are basically my Fursona, but in D&D. So, to explain their backstory. So, they lived with their dad and their grandma for a good part of their life because their parents ended up splitting when they were a young age. Okay, cool. So their father was a fighter, meanwhile their grandma was a bard. And their grandma was the one who inspired them to be a bard, but their dad, he no liked them bards. He was more of a fighter, man. He liked strong, not musical instruments. So he was very upset with the fact that his kid was, like, becoming, like, a bard. But, oh well, you know what you gonna do. So, you know what you gonna do? When that kid moves out and goes to college, you kill that grandma. Easy. But then what ends up happening... My character's instrument is a triangle. And what ends up happening is that triangle ends up being possessed by their dead grandma. And then the dead grandma's soul, like, helps with the power of it. I haven't used it yet in the campaign. Keyword, yet. Should I quickly explain what's currently happening in the campaign? So, like, imagine this. You're at a college party, like a student party. You are some owlin lady sitting by the window. Then this fucking tabaxi appears and starts trying to flirt with you. And you, a straight woman, are not comfortable with this. But then they keep pushing. They said they'd be better next time. But then what happens? A brick ends up getting thrown through the window. Also, we do find out that this owlin lady's recently been through a breakup as well. A brick was thrown through the window. Me and some other members in the party went outside to go check, and there was a centaur guy. And the previous session, which was yesterday at the time I'm filming this, because I'm actually filming this on the 5th day instead of the 4th, so I was really tired yesterday, let me live. But what happened was, it ended with us finding out that the centaur guy, he can make bricks, like magical bricks. So, it was most definitely him who threw it through the window. Like, if I had to put my funny little Ace Attorney hat on, because I've been playing a lot of Ace Attorney investigations. I was screaming, crying when Manfred appeared. Okay, can I talk about that real quick? Can I just talk about how much I love Manfred von Karma? Because I'm not going to have a lot to talk about this drawing. Listen, I need to explain. He is a funny old man. And if you know me, you know that my favorite characters tend to be old men. But this is a trend that's only actually started happening pretty recently. Technically, you could say the first one was Murdoch from Gorillaz, which is like, yeah, obviously. But, like, if you had to look properly into it, you would notice that the certain type of old man I like has been changing recently. And the reason why is because if they remind me of Manfred von Karma, I'm gonna really like them. I love Manfred von Karma. 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 But yeah, Rox. Technically their name is Roxanne, but they just go by Rox, and obviously they are very clearly a self-insert, basically, but they aren't like 100% like me. There's little tweaks here and there, as in the fact they're more of an extrovert, and, you know, they're a party girl, and they're a city girl. I mean, I'm technically also a city girl, but they're like city girl. I am like suburb girl, I don't know. But yeah, they're very silly. I've only played them twice, but I really can't wait for them to develop more, because I feel like I'm gonna really enjoy playing her, you know? Because, like, she's just silly like that. She said she'll be better. I promise, she's not that bad of a person. But yeah, she's very silly. I love her. I do have another D&D character who I'm yet to play, and his name is Crix, and he's a lizard folk chameleon rogue. But that's gonna have to wait till next year. But yeah, I really love Rox either way. Like, I draw them a lot. Like, I draw them so much. If you look at my current sketchbook, there's just so much Rox, okay? A lot of D&D related stuff, mainly Crix and Rox. But yeah, I love them very much. They make me very happy, but I don't know what else to talk about. How did I get into D&D? Basically, I've really wanted to play for, like, a really long time. Ever since I first found out about the game, which wasn't for Stranger Things. Shut up. So, when I first found out about the game, I was like, oh my god, that seems so cool. So I made my first ever D&D character, which was a lizard folk snake guy called Hog, because he was a hog snake. And he was a druid, which, honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to play him, because, honestly, being a druid seems quite interesting, because, like, a lot of the characters I ended up making later on were either rogues or bards, which is kind of obvious with, like, the main two characters I'm probably going to play at some point. But yeah, there's another one who I made quite recently who was an archer fighter called Hot Man for Real. And his entire thing is that he's, like, just a fuckboy. Which, honestly, kind of transitioned into Rox, because Rox is just a fuck girl, you know? They just be like that. They stupid. Like, the highest stats, they have 16 in both dexterity and charisma. But then they have an 8 in intelligence. So you can probably tell what this character is meant to be like based off of that. Either way, I love her very much. I'm not sure about this drawing. To be fair, I was kind of tired that day. And, like, this was a prompt I've been waiting for a while. But I didn't really have a plan in my mind. But I definitely have one for tomorrow. Ooh, I have one for tomorrow. Oh my god. And I don't mean by... Actually, it's not going to be tomorrow. I have to draw it today. What the hell? Okay. Tomorrow on the prompt list. But yeah, I don't know what I really could have done to improve this drawing. That's the thing. And it's fine. It's fine to have a little things that you just don't like. Because, you know, it just shows you improve. Right? Alright. But yeah, this drawing... Actually, yeah, now that I look at it, it's not that bad. Like, I threw a bunch of things I do sometimes. And I decided to make it more pop, turn the saturation up because I realized it looked a bit drab. But yeah, also I've realized I've gone very pink so far. But I promise you, tomorrow, which I do not know how to pronounce, tomorrow will not be so pink. So, you'll never believe what happened today. Yes, I lost the footage again, but that's because my iPad was running, like, very low on storage, and I had to delete Project Sekai because of it, which honestly I've been meaning to do for a while. Project Sekai was sucking my iPad out of its juices. But yeah, this prompt is I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like that thing where, like, you turn an animal character into a human, and you think, oh, maybe you're gonna do, like, just, like, a fun cartoon character, like, and no! I have cat OCs. Let me explain. I made these two little cats, called Smidgen and Splinter. Essentially, how to describe them and the story is, take Garfield and then mix it with BoJack Horseman, and then you get these cats. Essentially, when they were younger, like, in their human years, they would have been, like, in their 20s. They would have been very popular comic stars. But then later on, now in their 40s, they're washed up, but, you know, they're getting, like, a contract deal. They're starting to do it again. they're doing it again. And essentially, it's kind of just about them, just like kind of going around in life. Also, like, this isn't how they canonically look, like, all the time. They are normally cats. So, just imagine, like, these two cats walking around. And also how I draw them whenever they speak is just meow, 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 meow. And then with a little translation underneath. And I also added this thing for the cats in this universe that essentially different languages are just different ways of saying meow. Like, you know how in Japan it's like meow or nyan. Like, that's just what it is. That's just what Japanese is for the cats. I also do the little kitty forms in this drawing because, you know, you gotta pay homage to the OGs. Alright, on to the next day, which is unnatural eye color! Day 6, unnatural eye color. So, let me explain. This isn't my OC. This is my friend's OC. And this is an OC that basically me and her have used for, like, a long time. And by a long time, I mean, like, 2 years. But, like, if you know me, I've only recently started making OCs I actually care about, like, 4 years ago. So, like, yeah. So, essentially, this guy's name, he's called Bailey. Oh, yeah, the prompt's on natural eye color. So, yeah, his name's Bailey. And originally, he was made as an OC for a very certain fan comic me and my friend used to be into. It was Bluey Capsules. We don't acknowledge those days. I like how I'm constantly going back and forth of, like, being scared of my Bluey Capsules past, but also, like, super, like, acknowledging it and, like, being super nostalgic for it. I know it was only 2 years ago. I've been nostalgic for them when that only happened 2 years ago. Shut up. But yeah, originally he was made as, like, a little police officer character who was best friends with my character, Henfus. But then we got into Ace Attorney. I got to draw Ace Attorney at some point in this prompt list. So yeah, and essentially this guy ended up becoming a defense attorney like my Ace Attorney self-insert. But, like, he also has, like, lore of, like, he was a police officer, but then became, like, a lawyer. I don't know, bro. We kind of rehashed the story, but I feel like he still has the whole, like, being a police officer turned attorney thing. Essentially, he's besties with my Ace Attorney character, and they're just besties. At some point, they were together, but I don't know if I want to do that with them anymore. I feel like I like them more being friends, mainly because I ship my Ace Attorney OC with so many characters already. We do not need more Rex. We do not. This is seriously my, like, if we're talking about Mary Sue OCs in the sense of, like, you ship them with a lot of characters, that is my Ace Attorney OC. That is just my Ace Attorney OC, word for word. Yeah, I love this guy, Bailey. Essentially, he has magenta eyes, which is just never explained. He just does. And you can just live with that. Just live with that. Shut up. Live with it. Live with it. He has, Alexander Genesis real. Let him live. Let the man have Alexander Genesis, but real. Also, an interesting thing to know, I was looking at an old drawing I did of him, and I realized that his hair was different. Like, I changed the way how I draw his hair. Before, the little two, like, things that go down his side, which, shut up, they do not look like Edgeworth. We made this design. We made him before we knew what Ace Attorney really was, okay? We didn't steal Edgeworth. But yeah, like, those little things that go down. Originally, they used to go behind his ears. Like, they were tucked behind his ears, but now they just do that. Which I was like, I really love them. I really love them for doing that. Stupid-ass McDonald hair. McDonald-ass hair. McDonald-ass hair. McDonald-looking ass. But he's very silly. I love him. He's so funny. He's also just like a really chill character too. Like, one of his main things about him, you notice I gave him the sleepy eyes, and the reason is he just doesn't sleep, but like he isn't super tired from it. The reason is a really weird lore explanation, but he drank so much decaf coffee to the point that he just doesn't sleep anymore. I don't know how that works. Don't ask me. I'm not the one who came up with that. He also owns like 500 cats or something. Like, he's a cat man. He has a lot of cats, a lot of kitties, which is very important to my old Ace Attorney OC lore. I don't know if it really applies to the new lore, but sorry about that. But yeah, pot noodles was yummy. I love Bailey. He's so funny. I love him. He's such a weirdo. I love him. And just so you know, his full name is Bailey. Again, I did not come up with that, so shut up. But yeah, I love him. He's very silly. He makes me very happy. Every time I see him, I can't help but go, yippee, 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 and then get reminded of better times. Don't worry about that, don't worry about that, but don't worry about that, but don't worry about that. Yeah, he's so funny. Also, the prompt was just a natural eye color, so realistically, I could have just drawn any character whose eye colors just weren't natural. So I decided to at least give his eyes a little bit of a glow, just to make it a bit more interesting. But, like, it's literally just a drawing of him. But yeah, he's such a weirdo. I love him. Alright, next day, crossover. Here we are at the end of the week with the final prompt 7 for this week, which is crossover. Now, if you grew up in the early to mid 2010s like I did, you probably would have been aware of this little sub-fandom. So essentially, My Little Pony. We all know it. We all love it somewhat. I don't know. Five Nights at Freddy's. We all know it. We all definitely love FNAF. Okay, shut up. I don't care who you are. You definitely had some kind of interest in FNAF at some point in your life. Even if you used to make fun of me for it, you still have an interest in FNAF. I don't care what you say. FNAF is cool. You have to admit it. But yeah, during 2014-2015 time, there was this weird little sub-fandom where, like, a bunch of My Little Pony fans and Five Nights at Freddy's fans came together and made this thing just kind of known as a Frony fandom. And I was like, originally for this theme, I was going to do a Rise of the Tangled Guardians, or whatever it's called. Rise of the Tangled Dragon Guardians, or whatever. But I decided against that because I wasn't really in that fandom. That isn't something I'm connected to. I know about it, but I'm not really in it. But, like, this Frony, I was on that. Okay? Listen, I was like a full 5-year-old obsessed with My Little Pony at the time. And FNAF. So what a convenience, you know? I was gonna draw this as, like, other My Little Pony characters in, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's thing. But I was like, you know, it's probably better if I just do my own Pony Sona. Because, you know, I'm not really gonna get another chance to draw them. And I really like them, so yeah. There's this one thing you can determine about all the Frony designs. All of them had one eye missing with, like, the little white pupil. They definitely had, like, little lines all over their body to imply segmentation. And they probably had some kind of metallic part about them. I don't know why. I remember they were associated with different, like, certain characters. I remember Rarity was, the puppet / marionette. And Pinkie Pie was Chica. I think Rainbow Dash was Foxy. I don't know who Fluttershy was, but I feel like Fluttershy was someone important. But you could also find those ones where it's just, like, the FNAF characters, like, in My Little Pony style. Like, it was such a weird fandom. And if you just go on YouTube, like, you can find so many just proof of it. Like, I feel like it's just something, like, people don't acknowledge enough. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It is, the way I'm recording this, I'm, like, sitting under my duvet with, like, my iPad being, like, the only source of light, and it is so warm. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I just farted. Sorry, guys. But yeah. I kind of like this drawing. I technically already did a crossover drawing not too long ago, because I came up with the stupid idea of, okay, hear me out on this AA chat. So imagine this. Class of 09, but instead of, you know, Class of 09 characters, they're all, like, replaced with Peppa Pig characters, but it's, like, Peppa Pig characters that fit them. So it's, like, obviously Peppa Pig is Nicole, and then Susie is Jekka. But then there's other stuff, like George is, like, the gamer brother. The counselor is Daddy Fox for some reason. The principal is Madame Gazelle. Pedro Pony is Jeffrey. You know, stuff like that. Kyler is Danny Dog. You know, the reason why this happened was because me and my friends had a sleepover recently, and we just was watching a bunch of Peppa Pig, and then we started watching, like, Class of 09 stuff, so we were like, you know what, let's combine this. So, yeah, I guess that exists, and I don't really know how to feel about the drawing I made about it, because it's honestly weirdly a good drawing, considering it's, like, a joke. yeah, I like this drawing. I didn't do anything too complex. I haven't done anything too complex so far. Maybe apart from the perspective, which honestly, let's make a deal. 1 perspective drawing per week. Actually, no, I'd kill myself. I would kill myself. I'm not doing that for you, chap. But yeah, this drawing, I wanted to also kind of, I know it doesn't look great because like it has like the, kind of gives off the whole shaded with black vibe, but then I realized, oh my god, that's basically what they did in 2014 and 2015 on MS Paint, girl. This is homage. This is a true homage to what I grew up with. This is a true homage to who I am and what I've been raised on. If you guys call yourself the weird kid, yet you never watched that one Five Nights at Freddy's animation to the Five Nights at Freddy's song, with the little ponies getting chased by Freddy Fazbear and being turned into the animatronics where they dance super weirdly, then you aren't a real weird kid. I'm not gatekeeping, I'm just being stupid, guys. But yeah, messed around with the overlay layer a bit when I realized I could do something cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. But yeah, that was the first week of Cringetober. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you all next week with, I don't actually know what the first one for next week is. That might be so real, chat. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing the first week. I will say it's very challenging. Like, the main issue I've had is, being able to keep up with it and being able to, like, do it, like, consistently. But after all, at the end of the day, this is a challenge. And I did end up doing 2 drawings on one day. And I won't be surprised if I do that more at some point during this prompt challenge. Listen, I think it's fine if I, like, finish halfway through November, okay? So, yeah, thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you all next week. Please like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you liked my drawings. Bye-bye.